What's up, guys? It's been a long time. It's good to see you again. I've got a treat for you today. We're gonna do an interview, and I've made friends with George Whittam right here. He's from Los Angeles. He's got a voiceover business, and that means that he is involved with helping famous voiceover actors with their kit, with their gear. What are the best microphones? How to tune their voice recording booth so that the sound is perfect for their job. George is involved with helping these professionals with the best sound that they want. So it's not an easy skill. He went to college for it. He's been doing this for 18 years. The company's name is George the Tech. That's George the .tech. That's his website. And here we are. We're going to talk about the best microphones for live streamers, and we're going to talk about it right now. Let's get some.
Electrify your online presence with live streaming.
So George, tell me, man, I understand that you've worked for some famous people in the voiceover business. Who would those people be exactly?
Well, the thing about voiceover is most of the people you don't know because they're voiceover, they're not on camera, right?
Right.
But I have gotten to work with some really renowned voice actors. The most renowned would be Don LaFontaine because he was the voice of God and he did all the movie trailers. He did the movie trailers for like Die Hard. Like watch that movie, find the trailer, that's Don's voice. So I worked with these great talents. And then some of the more current, most famous people are more like in the animation, like Tara Strong, E.G. Daly, Debbie Derryberry. They do tons of cartoon voices and kids cartoons and Powerpuff Girls and all that kind of stuff. So I work with all of them to maintain their studios, set them up, get them working, make them reliable, and sound really good. That's my job.
Right. And you did go to college to study acoustics and to understand the science behind it and how to tune sound so that they get the sound that they're looking for, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I studied music and audio engineering.
Okay.
So acoustics was sort of a little ancillary part of it. You know, and if I went back to school and started all over again at Virginia Tech, I would actually study acoustics because they have a renowned acoustic teacher there, a professor. I actually have a book written by him at Virginia Tech. So there's a lot to learn in acoustics. Everything I know about acoustics is all from real-world practical experience.
Awesome,
being
man.
in people's studios, dealing with the situation they have at hand. We don't get to start with an ideal space. We start with whatever someone has available, a closet, some kind of ISO booth they either made themselves or bought. And we try to make that space sound as good as possible so it doesn't detract from the quality of the voice. It doesn't sound like they're in any specific environment because it's up to the production to figure out the environment the voice should fit in. That's what's challenging about it.
So this active studio right here, I'm told by George, is very unique in that we're in a pretty big space.
Huge space, which is great for acoustics because when Scott's over in his production area, he's in a focused area and the sound is allowed to dissipate into the room.
Right.
And the mic is way over there, so it doesn't really hear what's going on back here. And a lot of you are going to be in really confined spaces. So sound is more of an issue because it's going to continue to resonate front to back, side to side. And don't forget about the ceiling.
Yeah.
You get up and down bounce too. So there's a lot to deal with in small spaces because everything is so confined, you know?
You guys can't see it, but I do have, maybe I'll take a picture and show you, but I do have some sound dampening foam. But because the space is so large, I just can't really, unless I put foam all over these walls. It's still
you know what? You don't need to do that. I've seen people glue those grids of pyramid foam all over their room. And then it's like, well, now it looks like a foam Iron Maiden. Actually, I say when somebody shows me a picture of their little ISO booth and it's lined in that foam, I'm like, oh, nice foam Iron Maiden you have there. Half the time they get my joke.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So now that we have you here, I wanted to talk about microphones, and I want to hear from a professional voice tech on what you think would be, say, a low budget but really good microphone for a single live streamer who's talking to their audience who has a low budget. So what kind of microphone technology would that be? And could you give us some brand names that you would recommend in regards to, good quality?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, most people think right out of the gate, they think USB mic, right? Because the simplicity, all-in-oneness of it, less complexity. At the really budget end, there aren't any really good, really truly good USB mics. But at the budget end, one of the standbys, I throw one in my bag all the time, and I've heard great audio from it, is the Audio-Technica. I think it's the ATR 2100.
Oh yeah, the 2100.
It looks like a carrier. It looks like a handheld, like an SM50. It looks like a normal handheld mic. But man, that thing sounds much better than you would think.
Is that a metal body on that one? It's gray.
I think it is metal. Yeah, I think there's like a black version and like a gray version. There's a couple different model numbers.
Is there a volume dial?
It's got a little dial at the bottom. That's for your headphone.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because it's got a headphone jack.
Yes.
It's got XLR, which is really the better way to go, and I'll explain why. And it's got USB. So it really does multiple things all at once. And it's like $60, $70.
2100, you said?
I think it's the 2100.
2100.
Yeah,
I do believe I owned one of those back in the day. And
it's surprisingly good. Like, to do better than that, you really got to make a big leap forward, I think, in cost and go up to like the Shure MV7.
Okay.
Which is what I think you're using
That's
now.
what I have, yeah.
It takes everything about that mic and takes it up a notch. It's better overall sound quality. I would say a little bit more high fidelity, I guess you could say. It's got a lot more capabilities in terms of controls, the onboard processing, but it's a similar idea where you get XLR and USB. And I love mics that give you both.
Yep.
Even the Yeti, which is very much some are like, I would never use a Yeti. But if it's used correctly, and it's not used correctly a lot.
Why? Why is it not?
Why? Because people think you're supposed to talk into the end of the mic, the top, the one, because when you're looking at SM7, you're talking to the end. But the Yeti is a side address microphone. And I see it being used like this all the time.
So the talent is talking, they have it on a boom, and it's like right here.
Yeah, or right on the table, and you see the end of the mic pointing at their face. That's now the mic is actually pointing this way or this way.
And you're like, no!
No, I see it all the time. So anyway, that mic also, I love that the Pro version has XLR and USB.
Yeah.
That's handy because if you're in a pinch, you just want to get it done, or you don't have the budget or the space, plug in USB, and you've got audio. It works great. But I think you get a little bit better quality, especially with the Audio-Technica, if you can run it into an audio interface. And that's what we're talking about, an XLR USB device. Now, my favorite basic one is the Shure X2U. It's only $100. Little thing it plugs into a mic cable or the mic, and you turn any mic into a USB mic.
Is it an amp as well?
Yeah, it's a mic preamp, headphone monitor. It's basically converts any mic into a USB mic.
So if I got a SM7B, I wouldn't need to get a cloud lifter with that if I bought this thing?
No.
No?
No, because even Shure's own little X2U, that's what it's called. I think they still make it. It's been around 10 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough gain for a mic like an SM7B. And that's the problem with the SM7B. You see it all the time. Joe Rogan, of course, has made this mic super famous. And because you all see it on his show, and it's used on many studios. The problem with that mic is it's really designed for a DJ or the lead singer of Metallica loves this mic to be right in their face and spoken at directly like this. It's an in-your-face kind of mic. And if it's used on camera and you don't want that mic blocking your face, and it's going to be, let's say it's going to be back here.
Like 6 inches
6
away.
inches
8
or
inches.
more. It needs tremendous amounts of gain to get a good level. Now you can't do that with most stuff.
I did not know that microphone was designed for stage work. Is that where it came from? Is that where it's generated?
Yeah,
sort of?
it's really actually, I think it was designed for broadcast.
Was it? Okay.
For radio. But, you stick it in front of a DJ and they're like, hey, everybody, come on now. They puke into the mic and they do their 94 WYSP. And then that's what that mic was really designed for.
Yeah.
But it is a good mic. It just has that quirkiness. It needs tons and tons of gain. People go out and buy a $150 cloud lifter. And now now you have a $600 mic, essentially. And for what you just spent, there's so many better options, I think. Like I said, that Audio-Technica, the MV7, those are all dynamic mics. Now, you could go into the condenser side of things and get a shotgun microphone.
Okay.
And those are interesting because they can work better from a longer distance.
Okay.
So a lot of the mics we're talking about are really more suited for being in the frame, on camera, because they need to be kind of close. They can't be that far away.
It makes me wonder why talent wants to have their mic in frame when they're talking. It seems like it sort of interferes with the person's personality in a way. So it's like,
right.
Wow, maybe I should score a shotgun mic instead of a...
It's a compromise. You either decide that the mic is part of the frame,
Right.
what is in your frame, your persona and everything else, or you decide that the mic should be hidden. And traditional television, film production, everything, the mics are always hidden.
Yeah.
Right. So, there's nothing wrong with having the mic out of frame. It just means you have to be it's a little more challenging to get really good audio, and you need a mic that's a lot more sensitive and a mic that's more directional. And that's where shotgun mics come into play. Those long, cylindrical microphones.
Are they expensive?
Well, yeah, they used to be. I mean, the archetypal ultimate that voiceover industry still loves is the Sennheiser MKH 416. Right?
Okay.
This is
what are we talking in cost?
$1,000.
Wow.
$1,000. And voice actors buy these. It's sort of like a rite of passage.
Really?
You buy that mic, it makes you feel like you're a pro now.
Okay.
And believe it or not, these mics are used like this, like really close, right?
Yeah.
But they were designed to be like this, way up here, out of frame.
Yeah.
And they're ideal for that. And especially if you have a carpeted floor, if you point the mic above and down at you, you're not going to get a lot of reflection off the floor. Versus up from the bottom, if you have a hard reflective ceiling like we do here, then you're going to get a lot more of the bounce off the ceiling. Wow, I didn't realize
it's that directional.
They work, they're really directional. So again, affordability-wise, my favorite entry-level affordable one, again, Audio Technica.
Yeah.
It's called the It's the ATM for microphone, ATM, or no M. Might be just AT. Yeah, AT 875R. This is a really affordable shotgun mic.
$100?
Yeah, like 170-ish range, okay? But it's still a very, very high quality sounding microphone. It's not as directional maybe as some other shotgun microphones. Okay. So there's a new company that's out there, and you guys have probably heard about it if you've been searching for budget mics, called Deity. They do some really unique on-camera mics, lavalier mics, but they also do shotgun mics. And they have one that is pretty darn good in that same price range. That's a lot more directional. So, so shotgun mics are a great way to get good, natural, clear audio and keeping the mic out of frame. They work really well.
Let's talk about lapel mics, because I started out using them. I got a cheap Sony one. It was garbage.
Yeah, back in the day, they were kind of noisy and didn't work that well.
Yeah. So Deity makes, is it Deity? Deity.
Like Deity, yeah.
What do you recall the model number of the one? Would you recommend one from them that would be a low budget?
In terms of a lav or a lapel mic?
A lav.
I don't know the model numbers of the Deity stuff.
Okay.
But I met the guy at Podcast Movement, of all things.
No kidding.
In LA just a few months ago.
Yeah.
And he's the guy at the booth, and talking to him, you could tell that he was out to dominate the business. Like I'm the smartest guy in the room because I've tried and heard every mic, so I'm going to make my own version. I'm going to give it more features, and I'm going to make it less expensive.
Is it USB? Is it USB or is it XLR?
He's got USB mics, XLR mics.
Okay, killer.
He's got 1/8" mics for camera.
That may be my next purchase, honestly.
Yeah, check him out. Now, I love Rode as well.
Yep.
But, Deity it's kind of hard to argue. His price point is really aggressive and more affordable.
Yeah, Rodes can be up in 300, 200.
Yeah, I have Rode NTG 4 and 5, but I was sponsored by them for a while. So I got free mics.
That's nice.
So let's be honest, I don't have them because I went out and paid for them. I got them because another show that I do called Pro Audio Suite, just a podcast. We were sponsored by them for a while, so that's how they compensated us with gear.
Cool.
So if you hear me talking about Rode mics, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but you can't deny Rodes.
No, they're great.
Yeah,
they're a great product. But we all get sponsors occasionally, and that was one that I had for a while. Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, listen, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. It's great to hear a pro tell me what he thinks with gear and getting the best bang for the buck, I guess.
I'm all about that. And it's really cool to be in this place that we've been watching online all these years and actually see it in the drywall, in reality.
I'll have you guys know that because I've developed my show for so long, for I think it was like 7 years, and produced the show and got all the subs and got all the views, I actually got a job working for a high school in Wilmington, Delaware. The high school's name is Sally's. It's Elysianum High School. And I'm going to be the media production teacher there, and it's because of this channel.
Dude,
Yes.
you demonstrated skills, you taught everybody for years, you built the studio, you built the experience.
Yep.
And it literally parlayed you into a job.
Yes.
And my understanding is not only did you get the job, you basically created the job.
It is a brand new job.
It's a new position.
It's a new position. Right? So I'm going to be responsible for teaching the kids how to produce video, but I'm also going to be helping the school producing video for all their events, their sporting events, all the assemblies, all the crazy stuff that the school does. I'm going to be super duper busy.
Yeah, man.
So,
and because you're doing it for them, you're going to set the bar for quality.
Yes.
In other schools around, because school's competitive.
Yes, they are.
And it's a private school.
Yes, it is.
So it's not public. So they're going to be wanting to do the same thing.
Well,
and they're going to want to know how you did it.
If things work out and I build the channel and it starts taking off and, we're above 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch minutes and we start making revenue so we can buy more cameras and things start to snowball, I think the word will get out.
Yeah.
And so it'll be really cool. So if you're in the Wilmington, Delaware area and you want to go to a high school that's really cool, come over to Sally's and I'll be your teacher.
How about that, man? Check it out. You bug your parents now. Wait, what's the tuition?
It's a lot.
No, but that's great, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome,
that's
bro.
such great news.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye.